will go back to healing baadaye. Let's first talk about the things that I hoped to achieve before I'm 30.
Stories bold, I walk in life, head held high. On the night, maturity vibes, I set the tone. Diaries fire, I run the show.
So I wrote them down there in my notes in my phone, and I wrote them, I think, about 5 years ago, when I was about 25 or 26, somewhere, I don't know, something like that. But yeah, that is when I wrote them down. And it's not like I'm like, oh no, if this doesn't happen, I'm going to die. But you know, we all have dreams, we all have visions, we all have goals, we all have things that we wish for, you know. And these were mine, guys. I'll start with the first one. I was hoping by the time I'm turning 30, I would have owned land. I had to write them down here, guys, because I've told you they're in my notes in my phone. I hope to have owned land. And thanks be to God, that came to pass. I won't speak much about it. Maybe the next time I'll be doing a video, I'll just come with a title deed. Because proof is seeing, sindio. But anyway, I thank God, at least that one, it hit. The second one is having a car. I'll go back to this story and I will tell you about this car thing, okay? Okay? We are coming back there. So make sure you don't get tired to listen. Juu utapitwa. Kama unatafuta chai ama testimony, utapitwa. I hope to have a car. Well, to be honest, I still don't have a car right now. But I'm still hoping soon enough, when God's time come, I will own a car, because I actually need a car. Mimi story za madhari. Sasa ora nimekuja madhari, nimevuta vumbi, already sauti yangu inapotea. Like, I was not made for this, guys. Me, I was made for a soft life. God knows. Naona he gave me a delicate body. Otherwise angenifanya nikuwe mgumu. Natembea tu kwa mavumbi, hata hakuna shida. Sasa naona nabeba tu na madhari vumbi kidogo, sauti inapotea. Is that my fault? Ni God. So atajua tu, atanipea tu gari, itabidi. Anyway, the next thing is having a lucrative side hustle, which I don't have. I have tried, guys. Guys, I have tried. I'm almost crying. That one also, mark your side hustle. We'll come back to that. The other one is travel outside the country. Okay, well, at least I have already gone to Qatar, thanks God. You know, whichever way that went, but I was hoping, like, you know, to travel, like, you know, to go as a tourist, not as a worker. And that also has not happened, but I'm not giving up. I know it will come. I know it's coming. So the other one is get a better paying job, and I'm happy to announce that I am still working where I have been working. So you can tell, no better paying job yet. But you know what, we're still hopeful. Maybe our bosses will increase our salaries. Who knows? Maybe that's why God is keeping me there, so that watu wakiongezewa 50,000 nisipitwe na nimefanya kazi hii miaka yote na bidii, you know. Yeah. Positive thinking, positivity all the way. Okay, guys, positivity. The other thing was leave the country. Mimi kwanza, the moment I'm mad, the moment something is going wrong, the moment somebody or something annoys me, the first thought in my head is like, how the fuck am I going to leave this country? How the hell can I leave today? Nijipate niko nchi nyingine. Hata kama niko huko Qatar tena, ama hata kama nitakuwa wapi, nitoke tu Kenya niende. Hawa watu wananiboa, hawataniona tena. Waache kuniona hivyo, wananiona. Nitoke niwaache. But thank God, I have not left, guys. I'm still here with you. What would you do without me, guys? Especially all my friends. What would you do without me? The other thing, because now this is the point where I had started, like, you know, kind of adding weight. I was hoping to... my God, sorry. I was hoping to this is around the time, like, I had started gaining massive weight, and no, I was hoping by the time I'm turning 30 I would have lost weight. Guess what? I'm even fatter. Let me show you guys. You see what I am saying? Maisha si mteremko. I keep telling you guys, we plan, God laughs. Mungu tu ndo anajuanga. Ako hapa anashinda kisa ati utakuwa mkonda. Acha nikuonyeshe, wewe ndo utakuwa fati bombo muku. Watu wakikuona wanaonyeshana, ushiona mtu mnono, ndo ule, ona ule Marion. Ona Marjorie, hiyo ndo example ya mtu mnono. So I have not lost weight, but I'm still going to work on it, because guys, we all know, especially when we hit our 30s, we need to take even better care of our bodies. Otherwise, mambo mbaya ita happen huko, na also because of health issues, right? We need to stay healthy, and a healthy body is a healthy mind, is a healthy what? Yeah, everything. So that one we are also going to work on it, guys, I promise you. But I have not done anything yet. Okay, I have tried a few and I give up so fast, especially with weight loss, because it is a bitch. Weight loss is a bitch. Yo! Yani you unatry sijui fasting, sijui nini, unaenda gym, hata ndo unapata umeongezea 2 kgs. Mimi nachokanga niko like nipatie chapati 4. Anyway, what else? The last one, guys. I was hoping by the time I turned 30, I'd at least be engaged. Do you see any ring on my finger? Do you see any ring on my finger? You guys, maisha yake. Acha nisijihurumie, acha nikule ice cream. Imagine nilitoa ice cream kwa fridge nikasahau. Na nikaisahau, nilikuwa nafaa kunini sasa. Uneni mtu anasema anataka ku lose weight. Maisha no mayadoa guy. Ntamu. Sasa mtasema na advertise kampuni, mimi si advertise, nakula tu ice cream. Anyway, that was nice start. Push up. As you can do. So anyway, guys, going back to what we were saying, maisha si mteremko. We plan, God laughs, but we believe in what? God's timing is the best timing. Period. Don't let nobody tell you anything. God's timing is the only timing. Hizi timing zingine tunachekeanga. Wachana nazo. Si ni mimi huyu nimefika 30, after kufikiria nitakuwa nimeachieve hizo vitu zote nimewaambia hapo. Mmeona ngapi? Maybe kamoja ama kamoja na nusu. Na ni sawa, I thank God at least I've achieved one. But anyway, haya maisha hapana. So anyway, all I will say is there was something I was to go back to. And now here it is. Okay, here it is, guys, the moment you have been waiting for. So in my 20s, and why I'm so grateful to be 30, is because I could have died in so many occasions. Not a joke, by the way, and it's not even funny. I could have died before I'm 30. Maybe without God's plan. My plan. Me thinking that now hii ndio mwisho yangu, hapana. Tumefika hapa, hapana, wacha itoshe hiyo ingine, wacha watu wengine wataishi. So I had told you guys, you see historia, carrying my family. Like, ninajifanya mimi ndio ni Sherlock Holmes kweli. Sijui nitangwa aje, like mimi ndo jack of all trades. Mimi ndio mama, ndio baba, ndio sister, ndio nini, ndio provider, ndio prayer partner, ndio prayer warrior. Like man, first of all, sometimes we need to calm down, sometimes we need to relax kidogo. I don't know if everybody is like me, every firstborn, especially every firstborn, and firstborn daughters to be specific, even boys. I don't know if they're all like me. Because mimi, nilichukua mzigo, nikajitwika. Nikabeba, ikafika mahali and I felt like, my back has literally broken. It's not just breaking. Breaking is the process. It's broken, sasa ishafanyika. It's broken, hatuwezi move, hatuwezi fanya nini. It's either getting fixed, ama tuende kwa inaitwaje wheelchair, and that's it. And what I'm saying, you know, I'm metaphorically speaking. I'm speaking in metaphors, but I know you guys are wise, you can get what I'm saying. So yeah, it got to a point and my back broke literally because of, you know, carrying all these burdens, and I know I am not even capable, especially financially, and with this Kasongo's government even, it makes it even worse. Hold on to that. And then let's go back to this point ya gari. I really wanted to own a car, and I thought I could buy a car. So I had said, like, you know, I have some kidogo money here. If maybe, you know, I take a loan or something, niongeze, I can get myself like a small car just to move around, just to be comfortable, because I love being comfortable. Anybody who sees my who follows me on my other socials will probably see me all the time in Ubers and whatever, because I love being comfortable, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't live beyond my means, by the way. Hata mkisikia na earn 15k, it doesn't mean like at hizo Ubers I'm living beyond my means. It's just God's ways. Sitaambia hapa juu internet mnajuanga sana kushika maneno. But anyway, what I'm saying is, like, I love being comfortable. So I knew, like, getting a car will solve a lot of problems for me. But then it didn't happen. So now tushikanisha na hii side hustle. So somebody came with an idea. I don't want to mention them because I don't want anybody to ever blame anyone, you know, and I don't want my words to be taken, you know, the way they're like out of context. That is what I'm saying. Yeah, don't msiseme like, yeah, exactly, you are wise people, mishashika what I'm saying. So I don't want my words to be taken out of context, so I won't mention names. So somebody suggested, like, oh, you know, there's this business of cows, so you can rear cows, unauza maziwa, then you buy calves, and then those calves unalea for a few months, and then you sell them, and you make this money. Unaambia nani mambo ya pesa? Na nasikianga pesa nywele hadi kama hizi zinasimama hivi straight hivi juu. Mimi napenda pesa, guys. No, hata na surviving, hata kama sijazipata ile, you know, I can say that I am rich or wealthy or I have money. No wonder Mungu anamaking sure tu vitu zingine zinafanyika tu juu mimi anajua tu napenda pesa, so ana make sure ziko available in whatever way. So anyway, sasa nikasikia niko like badala ya kununua gari hata nichukue loan, tukifanya hii biashara si nitatengeneza pesa, na hiyo pesa yangu ininunulie gari. Hizo profit ndio zitaninunulia gari. Hata I won't even need to take a loan. For what? I'll be a rich woman. I've made money from farming. Are you joking? Ushairambwa kishai kuramba. Acha niwaambie ukweli, hiyo project ya ng'ombe, it costed over 200 G's. Over 200k. Na ilienda all into the drain. Have you ever had somebody talk about, like, you know, a business they owned? They opened like maybe this beautiful company, ama just a business, hata kama ka salon, akaipimpa, akatumia 1 million, alafu it burns down into ashes. Ina burn, hakuna kitu inabaki, na huna hata insurance, so nikumaanisha umerudi zero. Hivyo ndo ilinifanya, guys. Now that is my confession. Hivyo ndo ilinifanyikia. Ilienda hivi mteremko. Na mimi nilikuwa napiga simu nasema hizo mang'ombe nitazikata na mapanga nikizipeta huko tu. Hey! Sitaki kukumbuka. My family knows the story. My family knows the story, and maybe a few people knows. There was an Uber driver I had, like, that time I had a consistent Uber driver who used to pick me like every day. That guy used to tell me, Marion, you will go crazy. You will go crazy. Dude, look at the, and then me, I'm a crybaby, guys. I hope after I turned 30, like, after this, like, tutaacha kulia sana. Mimi! you know, the cows, oh, blah, blah, blah. I'll be crying every morning before I get to work because of those cows, because of the cow business. Nilikuwa nalia. Napiga kelele, na shout, sijui nini. Anyway, huyo najua nakumbukanga Boni. I don't know if he used to follow me. Kama hata kwa hapa naweza sema kweli he remembers. Nilikuwa napiga kelele kwa hiyo gari. Kama mwenda wazimu, ungedhani tunapigana na huyo Uber driver. Nikipiga simu nyumbani, karibu niue watu huko. Lakini ilisha tu hivyo. Na ni mimi huyu. Ilisha tu hivyo na hiyo pesa ikakunywa maji hivyo. So sikupata gari yangu. Hapo ndo nilikuwa nataka kurudi. Sikupata gari. Na sasa sikupata the lucrative side hustle. I was hoping like maybe sasa hizo ng'ombe zingeleta. Ushepata gongwa na depression na ujuu unapata depression. Now let me tell you, I don't know if I have said this before. In my 20s is when I had my worst. I'm hoping in the future that God will save me and will help me, my mental health to be, more stable, and like I don't ever go back into such a dark moment or such dark moments that I have been to in my 20s. The first time I got seriously depressed is when I was about to get married. When I was 20, I don't know, I was 23 or 24, somewhere there. And I really got depressed. It was bad. It was really bad. And then now the second one is after I tried that business. After I tried that business and everything else was going in hell. My relationship was in hell. Literally. Like, I was just wondering, wish I could unashanga like, what is good in this life? Unajaribu. Kazini, kuna tu mambo tu funny zina happen, like you don't know what is going on, like it's not your what do we call it, that moment you're looking for somewhere where you can be peaceful, or somewhere where you can feel like, oh, at least unaenda kazini, zero. Relationship iko in the gutter. Business ndio hiyo, finances ndio hizo. Watoto wenye wako shule unafaa kusupport, uko na pesa gani? Yani it was such a hard moment for me, guys. A hard moment. And you see, that is what I'm saying, like people think they know you but they don't. Mimi mnanionanga tu, si ndio? Now my friends know. My friends knew. And I know most of them also didn't know the truth, didn't know what was going on. Most of them really wanted to blame what happened on, my relationship, like, this is why she's depressed, this is why this is happening. But that was not true. That was just a pinch. That was just a drop in the ocean of what was going on. The ocean itself. Mungeyona hata nyinyi mungefanya tu venye nilifanya. Anyway, guys, to be honest, guys, that was my second worst depression. Because that was us, because now I didn't know I was depressed. I didn't even know I was depressed until nikakunywa dawa moja. Can you imagine, una bust hivi dawa ukikunywa, una bust hivi ukikunywa, unatoa hivi, unatoa unaweka kwa mdomo, unaweka maji unakunywa, unatoa unaweka kwa mdomo, unaweka maji unakunywa. Guys, let me give you a brief nini of what happened that time when I got my second worst depression. Now all these things I've told you guys were happening. Nothing is working out really. Yani maisha yangu tu iko parakasha. Hakuna kitu iko mzuri. Job huko kuna kubo, unasikia kama utaacha hiyo kazi kesho. Inaitwa nini? Relationship ndio hiyo, hata unatamani huyo mtu umchinje umkule. Kuna nini tena? Haya, biashara ndio hiyo, pesa hakuna, watoto wanafaa walipiwe school fees, sijui nini. Wewe ndio provider, uko na nyumba unafaa ulipe some few bills, unafaa uprovide chakula. Wewe mwenyewe ni msichana, you are supposed to take care of yourself. Was I even that was quite something. So what happened that morning? I remember that morning I woke up, I went, showered, dressed up, nikajipaka lipstick. Sasa unajua I think kwanza that I don't even think, and hata sijui kani nilipaka makeup on a single day to work, because I was just feeling done with this life, to be honest. Like nini najipotoa nikae vizuri for what? Ya nini sasa? Knowing the way I love myself, imagine getting to that point. It was so sad and scary. So I woke up, I showered, nikajipaka hadi marashi. And then kichwa kaniambia aje, hatuendi kazi. Ya nini? Ya unashinda ukienda kazi ya nini? Maisha already ishaharibika, hakuna kitu inaenda vizuri, hata kazi hii ni ya nini? I went back to bed. And I said I am not feeling well. I want to be able to make it to work. Nikaingia kwa kitanda venye tu nilikuwa nimevaa, isipokuwa viatu sikuwa nimevaa. Venye tu nilikuwa nimedress up for work. Nikaingia kwa kitanda, nikajifunika, nikalala. Yeah, you guys think some things are fictional ama ni stories, watu wanasemanga ama ni movies. That actually happened to me. Nikalala, nikashinda, nikasema you know what, sitashinda hapa nimelala nikijihurumia, nikilia. Wacha niamke, nipikie sister zangu, nipikie watoto wetu. Na nikaoda, sijui I think I was supposed to make matoke, nyama, nini, nikaoda. Venye zilifika, nikamwambia sijisikii tena kupika. Ende nipike. Nimeenda kulala. Mbona kulala nilala? Sasa hiyo ndio time nilienda, nikameza hizo matembe. And what saved me, my sister actually, no, I was not making matoke, it was mashed potatoes. So this electric mixer, so my sister was using it, ikachomeka. Mkisikia some things happen for a reason. The way you see like in the movies and you think like, this is just acting. That is what happened for me. Mimi nishameza madawa, nimeandika, I don't know if I wrote notes or I sent people messages, and I sent messages to people that I knew hawataona saa hiyo, so nitakuwa nishafika kwa baba. Mimi nimemalizana na mambo ya dunia. Ni nini tunashinda hapa tukifanya nini? Nini tunabembeleza hii maisha na imekata, wacha ikae. Nikatumia message watu wenye nilikuwa najua hawataona haraka, so by the time wanaona nitakuwa mimi nishamaliza mwendo. So hiyo nini ikachomeka, and my sister came to tell me. Akapata msichana alishamaliza mwendo, ni kuenda anaenda. I don't want to cry cause man. Anyway. Yeah. You know, some of these things people think, you know, it's shameful. Like, how could she do that? How can you test God? How can you hate yourself so much? How can you be so weak? Mimi, I have lived all my life being told, oh, you are so strong, you are such a strong woman. Sometimes we don't want to be strong, guys. To be honest, we don't want to be strong. We are tired and we need a break and we need to breathe and we just want to be happy and we just want life to be at least smooth. Hata kidogo tu. I don't want to be a strong woman. Kwanza mimi that I don't want to be a strong woman. I want to be in my most feminine energy. I want to sit pretty. I want to be in my soft girl era. I don't want to be strong, to be honest. Hapana, imetosha. In my 20's, I have had it and it's enough. Na mnikubaliane na mimi. Tukipatana nyinyi tafadhali, make sure you're making my life easy, okay? In whatever way. If I'm working with you, if I'm in a relationship with you, if you're my sister, if you're my friend, if you're even a stranger, tupatane huko kwa barabara, please make my life easy. Mimi my 20's zishanionyesha shege, imetosha. Hii 30 wache tuanze a new chapter. I don't want, sitaki kuwa depressed, sitaki mashida mingi, wacha tu tuende smooth. Venye tu maisha inakuja, sitakuwa na pressure. Mambo ya magari na nini ikikuja itakuja. Mambo ya kuweka mang'ombe ikikuja na mabiashara ikikuja itakuja. Lakini sasa hivi sitakuwa na pressure. So anyway guys, that is how I got saved, because now my sister alikuja kuniambia, something ni kama imechomeka because it's not working. Akanipata. And now she had to call my friends who, you know, who had to come and take me to the hospital. And God bless you, my friends. Yeah, God bless you, cause hata nyinyi mngesema like nataka kwenda, aende tu akiendanga, but mlikuja mbio mka make sure nimefika 30, niache ujinga niko nayo. Hapo kwenye nilikuwa nimefika, si hapo Mungu alikuwa amesema, mkasema unajua nini? unasonga mbele, utafikisha miaka yenye Mungu amekuwekea, utajipeleka kwa baba na hajakuita. So I thank them so much for saving my life on that day. And by the way guys, actually that was my second suicide attempt. I'm not proud of it, by the way, and I wish I had never had to sit here and tell you something like that, but I hope to encourage somebody that, you know, sometimes we think like tumefika mwisho, but ona venye hata niko hapa nimenona kila mtu anafikiria ni kukula ni nini, hakuna mtu anaweza fikiria like when you see my life, honestly, right, when you see my life here on social media, you wouldn't think I go through such things. You wouldn't think I have gone through 2 suicide attempts, and people would think it's because of a man. Mimi nijue juu ya mwanaume, mnanijua hapa, mnaniona. So anyway, I had to move because my phone was dying. So anyway, what I was saying is, what I did is I let people run with their own story. You know what happens in life? People will talk and they will say what they think or what they want to say. I don't know if it's making sense. So for me, I figured like, oh, this is what people are thinking. This is what people feel like, you know, should be the reason. Sawa, semeni ni hiyo basi, mjibambe. And I let people run with it. I let people run with whatever story they thought was the truth or what was going on. But now, if you've ever heard that story from anyone, just point them back here and tell them shame on them kwa kujiambia story, na story ni yangu, badala muulize the horse. I am the horse. You don't want to get the story from the horse's mouth, unajipea story. No, this is the truth. This is my truth. And I'm honestly not ashamed. I may not be proud. I am not proud at all. Because I wish I never had to sit and tell the world that was me, that I ever got to that point. I allowed the devil to come and sit and nikalishe chini anionyeshe venye I'm worthless, the way I don't deserve to live, the way my life imefika mwisho, the way like nothing is going to ever be good for me. Ooh. I wish that never happened to me, but it did. I allowed the devil aingie kwa akili yangu anionyeshe like maisha imefika mwisho, Mungu hana mpango na wewe, like amekuachilia, hana kazi yako. Anyway guys, I need to end this. So what I was saying is that was my second suicide attempt. And shock on you, because I am saying this because I did hear rumors where I live. I once had rumors, not in my building, but huku kwenye naishi yani, I ever heard somebody was spreading rumors after now they heard from, you know, people still talk, even those people we call our friends, wanatusengenyanga tu, na ni sawa tu, haina shida, bora walinisave sikukufa, ni sawa tu. So anyway, I once had somebody saying like, oh, you know, she did that because of a man, and I was like, clearly it's because it's people who don't know me, who don't have any idea of who I am, who the F I am. I am my father's daughter, and anybody who knows Mr. Mururu should know what that means. Okay? Yeah. So anyway, hey, but and I'll get another one by noon. Okay? So no, don't ever Apple. That bar imeenda hell. Haiwezi kuwa mimi guys, hapana. And God hear me. Isiwahi nifanyikie, isiwahi nifikisha hapo. Ati nimependa mtu hadi nikufe. Mimi nimwache akienjoy maisha nikufe juu yake. Mimi nilikuwa napelekwa na mambo zangu. Unasikia tu umechoka na kila kitu like, yani unasikia tu kabisa hapana. Hakuna kitu mzuri kwa hii maisha. Hakuna hata moja. Nothing is working for you, like nothing is going well. See, my home, it's a lot is going on, like it's crazy, like anyway. Unajua nikisisitiza sana watu watasema baby ni ukweli. So wacha niachane na hiyo story, but nishawaambia ukweli. So what I was saying is my other suicide attempt. Now that one, we can say it was no, that was the one attempt that we could say was caused by a man. And I'm not going to talk about that story here. I am going to release that story. It is a story I have done. I tell it and delete it. I can't sit here for hours, talk about it, delete it in very many occasions for several years. Because it's not something that happened yesterday. It's not something that happened even 5 years ago. It's now literally about 9 years ago. Right now as we speak, it's 9 years ago. But I have made a decision. When we talk about healing, that's why I post healing, and I said healing is a process. You don't heal overnight. Because you see, even after this second attempt, now I had to go to therapy, because now we had to unpack a lot of things, from the childhood traumas, from, the way I was defiled as a child. All those things, they come back. And, by the time all these things are happening, all those things had now come back. Yani ni vitu zili happen when you were so young and you would think like, you outgrew them, ulisahau ni mambo ya kitambo, it doesn't bother you. But then that moment when the devil comes and sits you down and tells you like, okay, let's have a conversation. Look at this, look at that, God allowed this to happen. Like, how do you even think that God loves you? How do you even think that he has a plan for you? How do you even think that he wants you to even be alive? Jipeleke, ni mtu hajapata wa kutuma kukujie. You know what I'm saying, guys? I might be saying this in a jokeful manner, but I'm being serious. Shetani anaweza keti akuhubirie na kuonyeshe venye uko worthless. But trust you me, you have just not seen anything. You have not seen anything. The life that is ahead of you, oh boy, oh girl. The life that is ahead of you, the plans that God has, you have no idea. Like right now, I just sit and say like, what was I even thinking? Like, what was even going on? Even my dad was so shocked because he was like, he knows I love life. Mi napenda maisha, napenda kuishi. Nataka nikae nikunywe JD yangu, nipige sherehe, nifanye nini, ni travel, nipige picha zote za hii dunia, ni dance, nitafute pesa. He couldn't think ati mimi naweza fikiria kumaliza mwendo. Mimi niamua ati nimemaliza mwendo. Hata inge happen angesema no, somebody did it. Somebody has did it. My dad would have lived in denial. Especially my dad. He could have lived in denial na maybe angeimpress or somebody else aseme ni mtu mwingine alimfanyia, si yeye haizi jifanyia. Ya nani? The way Mario loves life. She could never. But anyway, I thank God he allowed me to live. He gave me another chance, yet another chance to live, and I don't take it for granted. So ukisikia nimefurahia kuturn 30, it was scaring me. That is what I kept saying, like it was scaring me to turn 30 because I was like, oh my God, I always thought that people who are turning 30 are so old. Like, I'm looking at all these things I was hoping to have achieved. No, unaona like yani hata hujatouch anything, like iko tu hapo, your list iko tu hapo inakuangalia, and time is just, moving fast. But then what, it is what it is. It is here. And I'm going to face it head on. And now, because I keep digressing, because I told you guys, I'm a professional yapper. I should be getting paid to just talk. I can talk the whole night na nisichoke. Ukinipea kazi nyingine nitachoka. What I was saying is that story, I've been telling it over and over. I have never had the courage. Why I deleted it is because I've never had the courage to, bring it to you guys. And now finally, that is the second part of why I left Qatar. So I am sure I have saved it somewhere. If I don't find it, I'll have to redo it. I hope I remember everything. Because I'm sure I also did that in somewhere, I think in 2023 or 2022 Christmas. Because I was like, I need to get done with this. I need to get it out there and get done with that past and move on. And like, no, that is still part of healing. Even though I've talked about this, it's still some part of healing for me. I don't know I don't care, to be honest. I do not care what anybody else thinks. Whether they think I'm looking for sympathy for what? I am okay. As I said, healing is a process, yes. But I am okay. If I was talking about it at that moment when it was happening, mtu angefikiria like, oh, maybe I want people to come visit me or in the hospital or something. No, that already happened. My friends people who are supposed to know knew. They came, they visited me. The things that happened, and whatever happened. And nobody saw me posting about it like, oh, ninaenda, oh, nataka kwenda, oh, nimetoka kwenda, nimerudi. Like, I don't put on a charade, like, no. So anyway, yeah, it is what it is, guys. So finally I'm going to release the part 2 of where I left Qatar. And now if you have watched this, you wouldn't have a problem watching that and or listening to that, and I'm sure you will not be judgy, because we have to, we just live and learn. That is all I'll say. So anyway, I don't know how I expected this to go. It has gone how it wanted to go. I don't feel like I have exhausted what I wanted to talk about. I was hoping this to be like a heart-to-heart, episode where I encourage girls who are like in their 20s and everything. I hope at some point I have encouraged you, apart from, ranting about my life and talking about, all the bad things I have done or the good things I have done. I do hope I have encouraged you that, God is not done with you, and no matter what life is giving you, imagine there's still a life ahead of you, a great life ahead of you. Because imagine if you see me here and now you have had some of, my backstories, like, just from 20, imagine, like, I've not given you from 20 and below, from 20 until now, like, just 10 years of my life. And that is not all of it. If I was to talk about all of it now, this would take forever. That is just, still a drop in the ocean, just a pinch of salt. So anyway, guys, yeah, that is it. That is my story. And yeah, happy 30 to me. Let's see what life has ahead of us. Let's see what God has prepared for my life. I believe and hope, it's something great. And I am ready. I am so ready for that. Thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for even sharing. And even thank you for that comment you're going to leave there, because I know it is going to be positive and it's going to be encouraging. And, we're not going to try to tear each other down or try to shame each other just because we have told our truth. And I'll see you in the next video. I love you all. Bye.